Hi everybody. Today we're going to do something just a little different. Now, in a previous video, I have talked to you guys about how to make money welding.
One thing you can do is start your own welding or fabrication. In my area, what seems to be the most popular business is a mobile repair business. You can outfit a small trailer or your truck bed. You can also turn your garage into a small fab shop and make parts to order.
I've also shown you my home setup. This is my YesWelder YWM211P YesWelder Cut 55 DS. Metabo HPT pancake compressor. It has this Wilton vise welded to it. Welding rods here, all different types. And this mobile tool cart here. So this time, I'm going to show you my mobile. So, I'm going to show you what I got. There's no reason to go into a significant amount of debt in order to grab a bunch of tools that really just aren't necessary. Maybe this will give some of you guys the information you need to get started. The most important thing of any business is to know your demographic. Know who you're targeting. Now for me, based on where I live in farm country, or a lot of people call it Amish country. So there's a lot of farms around me. Customers that I'm targeting are the farmers that are out in their fields and their equipment breaks down and they need a welder in their field. That seems to happen more oftentimes than even I thought. So all my tools that I carry are to help me do that type of work. Now if you live in a different area or if you're targeting different customers, then your tools may differ from what I carry. But I'm going to show you what I carry and maybe it'll give you guys some ideas. Well, first things first, let's start with the power of the mobile shop. This is a 4,000 watt generator. Now it's not just the typical generator you would use to power your house. This is a inverter generator. Now what makes this one a little special is an inverter generator takes the current that's produced from the motor, converts it to DC current, and converts it back to AC current. That stabilizes the sign of the AC until the is very small. Now what total power is DC is inside the motor, so until AC current, that's 100 watts, that's 60 So I know I'm getting what's called clean power to that machine and it won't damage it. But this one is also, the reason why I chose a 4,000 watt is because it gives me more than enough power to run the welder that I need to do. And most of the equipment repairs that I get, I can take care of with that amount of electricity just fine. I really don't need any more than that in the emergency situations I get myself in. One of the other things that I'll carry and put in my truck is a pancake air compressor. This is the same compressor that you guys saw in my video where I went over my shop tools. This is my Metabo HPT air compressor, capable of 200 psi, 4 CFM at 90. So if I need to use my plasma cutter out in the field, I can plug this into my generator, run my plasma cutter on 110, and I can cut stuff up to about 1/4 inch safely. And here's one of my toolboxes. And in here I carry the majority of my equipment. Now keep in mind what I do is farm equipment repair, so a lot of this stuff you guys probably wouldn't carry unless you were doing something similar to what I do. So I'm going to start over here. If we can get this thing out. Oh! One of the ones that I invested in a long time ago is a giant socket set. This is a 3/4 inch drive socket set. I invested in this a while ago. Being from the pipeline industry, we are always using sockets of that size to put stuff together. So I kept this in my truck as a pipeliner, and when I started doing this farm equipment, it worked out. Another thing that came quite useful for me is this. Starting to realize that this stuff is a little ridiculous to some people. This is a 3/4 inch torque wrench. Again, working on farm equipment, you need something this big sometimes. Some of you guys, is this overkill? Hell yes it is. But come to find out, this is stuff that I need. I also keep in this toolbox, now this is all weather sealed, so it's pretty weatherproof. I also have a cover on my truck that helps it stay weatherproof as well. But I also keep a grinder with me. This is stuff that I keep with me at all times. This is in my truck almost all the time. I have a grinder with me. This is a 5-inch grinder. I have flat wheels. I also have some grinding wheels, cutting discs, and wire brushes. 20-foot toe strap, just in case I get stuck or somebody else gets stuck. Lifting strap, because when I'm working on heavy equipment, especially on a farm, sometimes you need to lift some things. Some rope, hand wire brush, this thing. This has come in handy more than I thought it would. This crowbar, and I also have my lineup bar somewhere, and this thing. This is the YesWelder YWA 160. Little inverter. This machine does everything I needed to do. Most of what I do in the field is stick welding. There have been times where I have TIG welded, but for the most part, I will stick to stick welding because for what I do, it is simple, easy to switch over to different materials. So if I'm welding steel one day and stainless steel the next, I don't have to worry about my shielding gas. I don't have to worry about switching a bunch of things over. I just have to switch the rod that I'm using. Now, one thing that is overlooked is a vise. I don't have a dedicated service truck. I just have a pickup. Now, on a dedicated service truck, I would be able to build my bed out, hook up a vise to the back and just leave it there. But since I just have a pickup, I have this, which is a hitch vise. Now, this one I made myself. It is much heavier duty than something you can buy, and it also has removable heads. Unscrew this, pull this head out, and put a different vise in. Because right here, I have a pipe vise right now, and if I need a standard vise on here, instead of having this huge, really heavy thing that has multiple vices on it, I can just unscrew this base and build a new base for a standard vise. Now, these are the toolboxes that I showed you guys for my home setup. This is the toolboxes that I take in and out of my truck probably about every day, because most of my hand tools are in here that are not 3/4 inch drive. So we'll just take a peek real quick. And in here, I just keep a lot of my electrical equipment and my tape measure, turns out. But I have electrical equipment, electrical connectors. These are cotter pins. Basic tools, and then some spare bolts and nuts, just in case. And then here in this toolbox, basic hand tools, string line, hook meter levels, small clamps, angle finder. This actually comes in handy more than you would think. Basic hand tools, and some more basic hand tools. Wrenches, spud wrench, pliers. There's a file stuck in there. Now in this toolbox here, I keep all my welding stuff basically. So I do keep a respirator. Sometimes I get myself into tight situations and I don't want to breathe all that smoke. This is not something that most people would carry. This is a full face respirator, and it has a clip for a welding visor. So I can weld in this thing. Now, I have never needed to use it, but it is something that I've had for a few years now because I used to do repairs inside tanks. So we needed to wear this. And I still have the attachment just in case. Like I said, I've never needed to use it, but the day may come where I need it, so I might as well just have it. So here's my welding hood. I'll just keep a pair of gloves, welder's cap, and I keep an FR suit in here. It is high visibility, just in case. I just have a bunch of these. And because it keeps the rest of my clothes clean. But I also keep some trash bags because I don't like to leave trash out on the farms. Well, that's about all the tools that I keep in my truck on a daily basis. Now again, I have plenty of other tools in my garage here that back up and load up what I need. But this is the stuff that I keep with me because I take emergency calls, and I'd rather just wake up and jump in my truck and know the majority of things are in there that I need, to get out there and help out. And also, as you can see, welders aren't just welders. Especially if I'm going to be an extra hand being there and these guys need to get out in the field and get things done. If I'm there to give them an extra hand, then I'm going to give them an extra hand. I'm going to make sure I have the tools necessary to take these pieces apart, such as the harvester arm that I had to fix. I had to help them disassemble that thing before I could even weld it. And it's a lot easier for me to jump in there and help them get it done quickly than it is just to sit there and watch them do it. Also, please keep in mind that the tools that I carry aren't necessarily the tools that you might need for your specific application. Well, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoy this type of content, please like this video so we can do more of it. Subscribe to the channel to see more stuff like this. And stay tuned, because I'll see you all later.